Welcome back, welcome to a new video, and welcome to another wonderful product of nature. Today's product is a vegetable, but its appearance, its taste, and its nutritional value make it kind of special. Let's talk about sweet potatoes. Now, sweet potatoes are a tuber root or a tuber vegetable because they have this long shape and they are starchy, so they're mostly made of starch and their content is carbohydrate. They probably originate in Central and South America, but today China, Malawi, and Nigeria are the biggest producers of sweet potatoes. In the US, North Carolina is the biggest producer. Now, sweet potatoes are not really much related to regular potatoes. They don't belong to the same family. And they are characterized by a very thin skin that they have. Their season is usually from October to March, and after they are planted, it takes about 4 months for them to be harvested. Their color ranges from beige or light brown to reddish dark purple, and the pulp inside ranges from white to orange to purple. So let's take a closer look at sweet potatoes. Now, we can put sweet potatoes into two main types. There is the dark-skinned, orange-fleshed, which we can see here. And these are more sweet, they are softer, they are fluffy, and they are moist. The other type is the golden-skinned. Now, there's residue of soil over here, that's fine. Golden skinned and pale fleshed. These are more firm, they're more dry, and they are a little bit less sweet. But either way, they both remain sweet. And of course, one more thing to mention is that sweet potatoes and yams are two different things. We're not talking about the same thing here. And here I have the boiled. These I've boiled a little bit. Here you can see that the skin color sort of darkens a little bit, but you can see the difference between the white and the orange. Okay, these here, they've been boiled exactly the same time, but you can see how this is softer, it's more fluffy, it's definitely more moist. Okay, this is more as if more starchy, it's more firm than this one. Orange one, I think that the fiber is a little bit more visible than in this one. So let's talk a little bit about its content and its nutrients. Now, sweet potatoes are a highly nutritious food item. It's a great source of fiber, and a lot of the fiber you can even see especially when you cook it. And it has many vitamins and minerals. Now, regarding the calories, about 1 cup, which is about 200 grams of sweet potato, can give us about 180 kilocalories. It's a little bit more than a regular potato. It's mainly starch, so it's mainly carbohydrates, but it also contains very little protein and very little fat. Now, it is a very, very rich source of vitamin A, and this is what makes it very special. It contains 700% of the DV, the daily value, which means it contains 7 times the vitamin A that a person would need on a daily basis. And this is incredible. It is a very rich source of vitamin C, of manganese. It also contains potassium and copper and niacin. The orange-purple one, this one, is a little bit richer in antioxidants. Sweet potatoes are available in the supermarket. When they are harvested, they need to be cured, but if you buy them from the supermarket, this process is already done, so you don't have to worry about it. And because they have a long shelf life, they're found all year round, so you can buy them anytime that you want. You can buy them in different forms. The simplest form is this, raw. You can just go and buy them. But you can also find them cooked, and you can also find them canned or even frozen. So it depends. For me, the best way is to just buy them raw. So I always talk about the easy and simple ways of including foods in our diet. But with sweet potatoes, I think the most important thing is what is the best way for us to include it in our diet. The best way to eat them and to consume them is boiled, just simply boiled. Why? Because potatoes contain a lot of vitamins and minerals. Now, minerals are tolerant to heat, but vitamins are very sensitive. And we said that potato contains very high amount of vitamin A, and we don't want that destroyed. When you boil the sweet potato, boil it for about 15 up to 30 minutes. I mean, if you boil it, the beta-carotene vitamin A it contains will not lose its content that far. I mean, it could go down to 90% of the content, maybe 88% of the content, but that's as far as it would go, and so you can benefit from the vitamin A that it contains. A second important thing about sweet potatoes is the glycemic index. And a lot of people think that because it is sweet, then it's not fit for people with diabetes, or it's not fit with people who are watching the sugar levels. But the truth is that sweet potatoes are an item that's fit for people with diabetes or people who are watching their sugar levels because it has a low glycemic index of about 54. The trick is on how to cook sweet potatoes. The trick with cooking sweet potatoes is the length of the heat, how long they're going to be cooking for, and the temperature, how high the temperature is going to be. The longer they are being cooked and the higher the temperature, that's when we have damage. The longer we cook them and the higher the temperature, not only that they lose a lot of their vitamins, but the glycemic index goes up. I believe that boiled is the best way. Don't cook them for too long. So if you have a dish that has sweet potatoes in it and they need to cook for an hour or 2 hours in the oven, or braised, or even fried, because with fried the oil goes up very high temperatures, then you're really destroying their values. Of course, it's up to you what you want to do with it. Okay, so roasted, baked, and fried increase the glycemic index. Boiled regular potatoes have a glycemic index of 50, whereas the boiled sweet potatoes, it can go down to 46. So the fact that they are sweet to the taste doesn't really reflect the actual glycemic index. I mean, they may taste sweet. It's definitely a sweet potato. And this one here, this is a lot sweeter. And You can actually taste the fiber. It's a fiber-rich vegetable. There's no doubt about that. But certainly the taste does not reflect the glycemic index of the vegetable. Okay, so what's to remember about sweet potatoes? Sweet potatoes are an extremely robust vegetable. They have a long life shelf. You buy them, you just put them in the pantry, and they can last up to 2 to 3 months. And this is the reason why we find them all year round. They are loaded with nutrients. They're very, very high in vitamin A, and they are a fiber-rich vegetable along with other vitamins and minerals. So include it in your nutrition and enjoy eating it. Because remember, the closer we are to nature, the healthier we are. This is the end of this video. If you like the content, then please click the subscribe button underneath the video so that you can be notified every time a new video comes up. And please join the Facebook group for discussions and comments. Check us out in Instagram and Pinterest for our nice photo gallery of the products that we show here. And thank you, and see you next time.